Chapter 1. Early Life and Education. Fidel Alejandro Castro Ruz was born on August 13, 1926, in Biran, Holguin Province, eastern Cuba, the fifth of 9 children in a wealthy family. His father, Angel Castro, was a compassionate landowner, while his mother, Lina Ruz, skillfully managed the household. Sent to Jesuit schools in Santiago de Cuba, Fidel excelled in mathematics, starred in basketball and baseball, and developed a passion for mountaineering. Despite his achievements, he faced prejudice, with peers mocking him as the Jew, a slur that marked his childhood. Chapter 2. Political Awakening. From 1941, Fidel studied at Belém College in Havana, a gateway to higher education. In 1945, at age 19, he enrolled in the University of Havana's Law and Social Sciences programs. Inspired by the anti-imperialist writings of José Martí, Cuba's political icon, Fidel embraced revolutionary ideals. By 1947, at 21, he led Cuba's Student Federation, marking his entry into politics. Amid Cuba's corrupt and polarized society, strained by U.S. influence, Fidel sought to restore national identity. In 1948, he joined anti-dictatorship protests in Colombia, signaling his commitment to revolutionary change. Chapter 3. Marriage and Early Career. In October 1948, Fidel married Mirta Diaz Balart, a university classmate, despite opposition from her family, particularly her brother, a high-ranking official in Fulgencio Batista's regime. Their son Fidelito was born in 1949. In 1950, Fidel graduated with degrees in law and social sciences, focusing on diplomacy. He practiced law, defending the poor, and joined the Orthodox Party, aiming for a parliamentary seat. However, Batista's 1952 coup canceled the elections, prompting Fidel to reject democracy in favor of armed revolution. Chapter 4. The Moncada Attack and Imprisonment. Under Batista's oppressive rule, thousands were killed and dissent was crushed. Fidel organized over 200 revolutionaries and, on July 26, 1953, led an attack on the Moncada barracks in Santiago. The assault failed, with 10 rebels killed. Fidel was captured and sentenced to 15 years in prison. His courtroom speech, "History will absolve me," became a manifesto for Cuban independence, galvanizing public support. Imprisoned on the Isle of Pines as prisoner 4914, he was released in 1955 under a Batista amnesty. Chapter 5. The 26th of July movement exiled to Mexico. Fidel formed the 26th of July movement, named after the Moncada attack. With funds from supporters, he trained a small force. On December 2, 1956, Fidel and 81 rebels, including Che Guevara, sailed to Cuba aboard the yacht Grama. Harsh weather delayed their 7-day journey, and Batista's forces ambushed them upon landing. Only 12 survived, retreating to the Sierra Maestra Mountains. By 1958, their guerrilla tactics and growing popular support swelled their ranks to 800, weakening Batista's army. Chapter 6. The Cuban Revolution. In December 1958, Fidel launched a decisive offensive. On January 1, 1959, his forces overthrew Batista, who fled Cuba. At 32, Fidel became prime minister, ushering in a new era. Facing U.S. hostility, he visited the United States in April 1959, but tensions with President Dwight Eisenhower marked the trip. Relations deteriorated as Fidel nationalized U.S.-owned companies in 1960. That year, Cuba signed a trade deal with the Soviet Union, exchanging sugar for oil, prompting the U.S. to sever diplomatic ties and impose an embargo in 1961. Chapter 7. Defending the Revolution. In April 1961, U.S.-backed Cuban exiles launched the Bay of Pigs invasion, aiming to topple Fidel's government. The attack failed due to poor planning and fierce Cuban resistance, humiliating the U.S. and President John F. Kennedy. In December 1961, Fidel declared Cuba a socialist state and received the Soviet Union's Lenin Peace Prize. The 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, sparked by Soviet missiles on the island, nearly triggered World War III but was resolved through diplomacy. Fidel's leadership during crises like the devastating 1963 Hurricane Flora showcased his commitment to his people. Chapter 8. Global Influence and Solidarity. Fidel prioritized literacy, reducing Cuba's 40% illiteracy rate, and bolstered the economy and defense. In 1967, the death of Che Guevara, a key ally, deeply affected him, prompting a pause in global revolutionary advocacy. By 1973, Fidel attended the Non-Aligned Movement Summit in Algiers, forging ties with Third World leaders. From 1979 to 1982, he chaired the Non-Aligned Movement, cementing his role as a Third World leader. Chapter 9. Legacy and Final Years. On February 18, 2008, Fidel stepped down as president and commander-in-chief, passing power to his brother, Raul Castro. Surviving 638 alleged CIA-backed assassination attempts, Fidel was one of the world's longest-serving leaders, holding power for 5 decades, surpassed only by Queen Elizabeth II and Thailand's king. He died on November 25, 2016, at age 90, leaving a complex legacy as a revolutionary icon who transformed Cuba and inspired global movements for sovereignty and justice.